I've discovered this shrine to tree worship. It's off the A1 cycle path, the Tay Firth, just where it junctions with the North Sea. It's a remarkable little place. It's sort of a time walk back into the 60s, late 60s, 70s, where psychedelia came into prominence, when people were searching for something other than the mere drudgery of life at that particular time. It was a junction point really, and it offered consumerism, which in effect took over from artistic license, artistic interest. It's still retained with some, and this is a little bastion of it here. So 50 years later you can look at this and think, not that it's 50 years old, that you can look at this and you say, well, what were people thinking? It's almost tree worship. It involves trees, and if I can hold this camera still, you will see how they've draped the trees, almost with a body stocking. The colouring of the logs. It's quite interesting. It really sort of is a potpourri of all artistic ideas which were prevalent during that period. You can find snippets of it in charity shops, sort of pottery and other little items. Chairs particularly, they took on a different design and concept during that time, incorporating modern materials. This is an interesting little area. You could just pass it, but as you look at it and investigate it, you know, the facets of it, it becomes any more intriguing. See, there's so much to pick out here. A fire surround, circa Edwardian period, with a face, mysticism, more faces. Bikini-clad trunk, you know, incorporating almost like a coconut shell, isn't it? When people thought a coconut shell was the torso of a body. Look at that snake. That's interesting, isn't it? With the lips of a sensuous woman. Here's something I do like. There we are. That little incorporation, wearing a little small hat. Here's some interesting paintings, a couple of them. It's almost Freudian with the subject matter, aren't they? This one I'm quite intrigued because it's almost framed as well. It's difficult to... There we are. Incorporating a shell. Again, shells so interesting in history and decoration. I'll just pull back from this, let you have a final look. The vivid colourings, you know, prime colours. Prussian blue, you know, chromate yellow. You know, vivid red, signal red. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Only we can meet the artist, the conceiver, this little shrine. Well, to bring you something that's different, away from consumerism. Hope it's enjoyable. Cheers.